Remember Alejandro Mayorkas? Trump said he wanted him arrested back in July. So where's the arrest? You know, I'm with all of you. I know that our Justice Department has a lot to work on, a lot of different prongs, but instead of the Epstein files, I wish we were focusing on Alejandro Mayorkas. I think Alejandro Mayorkas is the easiest arrest for this administration to make. So I want you to help me get this message to Trump. I'll show you that we're working on it. Thanks for the Happy Patriots, the Quad Club that watch all 3 videos a day. Quad Club. And here is Twitter calling for Alejandro Mayorkas to be arrested. Here's breaking. Do you agree that Alejandro Mayorkas should face treason charges for diverting FEMA funds to assist illegal aliens? Yes or no? Now, I don't know if that was ever confirmed that that is what he did. I know there's an argument over that. Heritage did make that claim. This is the guy calling on Susie Wiles. Where is the arrest warrant for Alejandro Mayorkas? Guys, this would be the easiest case to prove that he lied before Congress when he said that the border was secured and all the time he was letting illegal aliens in. It's public knowledge. It should be easy to get this guy. He lied every Biden day to America about the border was secure while deliberately letting in thousands of criminals who now threaten the lives of all American citizens. By the way, he was also in on the Butler shooting. That was his botch job. So Tulsi Gabbard I think she needs to develop a case against this guy. He's guilty of violating the constitutional oath to defend America from all foreign and domestic threats. True, that's what they could get him on. He was impeached by the House, and now the Trump administration's, the Justice Department has available all they need to indict him for his lies to Congress, and especially his profound violation of his constitutional oath to protect all of America from foreign threats. By the way, it gets worse than that. This is sent to President of the United States, the Vice President, Susie Wiles, Pam Bondi, the White House, Stephen Miller, and Leavitt, the press secretary. So this is how you try and get stuff in front of Trump. Help get the message out to Trump. Here's C3 also from just a couple hours ago, says the Secret Service knew of a credible threat 10 days before Butler, but did not have the resources, unquote, to protect President of the United States Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. Sounds crazy, but the same guy that allowed the invasion of illegals on our border, and therefore is also tied to all of that underage sex trafficking, is caused by Mayorkas, was in charge of the Secret Service. And then he just writes one word: treason. That came out today. That's why that made our headline, because I believe we actually have a very good case against him for treason. Now, here's just one little headline. Independent panel issues scathing report on Secret Service and recommends leadership overhaul after the Trump shooting. This was back in October 17th of 1 year ago. So they were saying that they should arrest him. Here's ABC News. This is a new update that just came out today that I had not heard. So it just got added to the regular ABC News updates on Florida that happened live. It's just this headline: Trump shooting update. The shooter in Butler flew a drone 200 yards, that's just 2 football fields from the site, hours before shooting. They just now released this, that he was playing with a drone. Now here's Grok. When I said, can we get Alejandro Mayorkas? Is he pardoned by Joe Biden? No, President Biden did not pardon Alejandro Mayorkas. While he issued a series of preemptive pardons and commutations in January of this year to family members, Dr. Fauci, General Milley, January 6th committee members and staff, and thousands of other convicted of nonviolent crimes. That's not true. They're not nonviolent. Grok's lying there. There's no mention or evidence of Mayorkas being included. So I believe, why are we going after all these guys where it's hard to get them? Let's get this guy, Trump, on possible Mayorkas arrest. This again is back in July. He was working on it back before the Democrats rolled out the Epstein files to distract him. This is one of the cases that we don't have enough people to pursue this because we're distracted on other stuff. Trump on possible Mayorkas arrest. I'll take a look. That's back in July. President Trump told reporters on Tuesday he would take a look at possibly arresting former Homeland Security Secretary, HSS, Alejandro Mayorkas over his actions during the Biden administration that led to nearly 10 million migrants entering the U.S. illegally. This is all public. We have all the evidence we need. Why, Trump, are we not doing what's obvious? Go after Mayorkas. Does it not benefit him? I don't know. I don't understand. Here's Alejandro Mayorkas lied to Congress when he said that the border was closed. They could get him on that, just on lying to Congress. Not just that. Now, I wanted to show you guys some incredible good news because Epstein Files is fake news because people who care about victims want the administration to find victims today. And people that are obsessed with saving them. We need our guys, our FBI, which they are doing right now, saving people's lives. Here's the proof, and I want to end on this incredibly happy story. Remember, Alejandro Mayorkas brought in these sex traffickers, brought in the children, and purposefully lost them, planted them with people that were not their parents. That's what's happening in America today. And they say 300,000 children are taken. So here's Kash Patel. As all these weirdo, fake MAGA, pro-Epstein file people like Thomas Massie are impugning Kash Patel's character. Here's Kash Patel actually doing real work, not Scooby-Doo fake work on Epstein files, but saving children's lives today. Kash Patel wrote, today, 122 children were located or recovered across 10 states, children from 23 months old. That's a 2-year-old. They were brought in here 1 year ago under Biden, and they're only 2 now in some creepy weirdo's hands, up to 17 years old. These are prostituted girls, Mexican girls. Great work, FBI, Jacksonville, Florida, and partners. Here's a little video that Jacksonville, Florida FBI put out as part of the Operation Home for the Holidays. They also did Operation Scumbag or something like that was another name they did. FBI Jacksonville and our partners located or recovered 122 children across Florida and in 9 other states ranging in age from 23 months to 17 years old. Portion of these youth disclosed experiences relating to various types of abuse and proximity to other criminal activity. In these types of operations, partnerships are essential. Now, I keep this just released this morning today, a couple hours ago. No other channel will report on this, guys. Not one right-wing channel spokesperson will report on this. Do you know why? They don't care about children or victims. Margie Taylor Greene will not report on this. You do not care. Thomas Massie, you do not care. I don't care who you are. If you're talking about Jews in Israel right now, you don't care. Alex Jones. 150 kids were found last week in Memphis, in my state. Who wants 2-year-olds to be found by Kash Patel, or should he be answering Epstein queries to Thomas Massie? You idiots. I'm furious at this because child suffering actually bothers me. Active today, not 25-year-olds that happened 20 years ago with Epstein. Everyone get your head out of the crack of your tabloid magazine. Real damages, guys. That's why I'm focusing our attention. I want you guys to stay focused. I want to tell all my MAGA people, this is what my audience cares about. This is what the happy patriots are praying about to save these. Lord supernaturally guide the FBI and the CIA to find these kids. Give Kash Patel bravery to deny the wasted time and lies of Epstein files and go save these children. Lord, politics can do good, or it can be stupid. Here's the Jacksonville.
Home for the Holidays was a U.S. Marshals-led initiative in which we went out to try to find missing.
That was just this weekend. These kids are going, 110 kids are going to be home for the holidays instead of stuck in some sweaty trafficker's closet with duct tape around their hands.
Potentially trafficked children and recovered them to bring them back to their families. In these types of operations, partnerships are essential.
Okay, I just want to say that because I see a lot of MAGA people. And again, I don't want to bring it up, but Alex Jones, they're all talking about the race of Kash Patel's girlfriend, which is disgusting. It's just disgusting. Kash Patel did his job. There's people saying he's got to step down. He's got to, oh yeah, Pam Bondi, not enough. You guys are sick. We're saving kids' lives. I reported last week that they were sending FBI agents into Florida, task force to find children. Wanted to give you an update on their scorecard. They found 110 children. Praise God for those kids using Kash Patel and fighting the tabloid culture that wants you to think about Epstein files. And we only mention the Epstein files because it's a stupid waste of time. And we encourage President Trump, number one, arrest Alejandro Mayorkas. He's the cause of 300,000 missing children. It's Alejandro Mayorkas. Get him for treason. Let me know if you agree in the chat below. Should Mayorkas be thrown in prison for treason? Should he be arrested for lying to the Congress about saying that the border was secure? Should he take some responsibility for these purposefully lost children that we now know have been abused and trafficked now that we've caught them? Should not Alejandro take some responsibility for that? I'm Doug in Exile.